it like.
Welcome back, everyone, and if this is your first time viewing my channel, my name is Jeannie C, aka Godsent, and today I'm gonna just show you how I do my makeup. Like I stated in my introduction video, I'm not a makeup artist. I don't work in makeup at all. This is just how I prefer to do my makeup, and this works for me. So first, what I'm gonna do is prime my face with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer. So I just rub that in my hands to warm it up a little bit. And just rub it in. And I have huge pores, so what I also use is the Smashbox Photo Finish. I use that for my pores. And I just take a little dot into my finger or onto my finger. Rub that in a little bit. And then I just pat it in. So I just do that to fill in my pores. That way when I apply my foundation, my pores aren't seeping through and it doesn't look like I have holes in my face. So I prefer to do the eyebrows first. So first we're gonna start with a spoolie. And this one is by Morphe and it doesn't have a number, but you can pretty much log on to Morphe's website and search spoolie and this will pop up. Okay. Get like a little mirror so I get a close up. So I'm just brushing the hairs and make sure they're all going in the same direction. So for my eyebrows, I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills pomade in Ebony. So this is what I use for mine. Just gonna use a regular eyebrow brush. Most of my brushes typically come from Morphe or Sedona Lace. It just depends on the pricing. I like to shop for deals. And now I'm just gonna outline the outside of my eyebrows. So I don't have to do too much because I already have eyebrows and it's already shaped. So now I'm just gonna go over the top. And it's okay if you mess up because I'm gonna go back in with concealer to shape it out. And then I fan it out to extend my eyebrows. Now it look kind of dark now, but one, that's because of the lighting. So to do the concealer, I go in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this is in caramel. I love this. Is like my holy grail concealer. I posted a list of like my holy grail products on Instagram and include everything, just the stuff that I typically use on a daily basis. But you could go in with any concealer of your choice. It doesn't have to be this one, so I just outline the bottom and the top. You don't have to do it this way. This is how I prefer to do it. This is pretty much how I learned. I'm like pretty much self-taught. And then I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. concealer brush just to blend it out and also to shape the eyebrows. I swear this eye gives me like the most problems. The only thing about using a smaller mirror is that it's hard to tell if everything is even. So I'm gonna go with the mirror that's right behind my camera. And I'm just using my iPhone 8 Plus, nothing fancy. I do have a Canon, but I have to get a microphone for that. This is just how I prefer to do my eyebrows. Like I said, you always have to go back in and fix something. So I also go in with this Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow gel, just to clean up the edges so it looks more natural. And then it also keeps the hairs in place. I think I'm gonna do the ColourPop Cosmetics No Filter Concealer today. And this color is in medium dark 30. The thing is with these ColourPop concealers, this is not medium dark. This shit right here is light. I don't know. And I swear on the website, it was a completely different color. It was much darker. But when I got it in the mail, it came like this. But I mean, it works for the most part. It blends in with my makeup perfectly. But it is a bit on the light side. I rarely use, and I just go up on my lid. So under my eye and over my lid. I've never used concealer that's my exact color. I always go in lighter. I just like a little bit of highlight, but at this point I'm just filling in, covering up these dark circles and filling in the lines. And I am gonna go in with the Real Techniques complexion sponge, excuse me. We're going with this. And just blend it out. This will fill in all the lines. I've used this a couple of times before and it's worked. As far as longevity, because I have really oily skin, after about 4 or 5 hours, my skin is extremely oily with this and it breaks out. But I will tell you this, it applies beautifully, but for me, it doesn't last that long. It's so funny because I've watched a bunch of videos of YouTubers that have the same skin type as me, but do people really have the same skin type? Because what works for you may not work for me. We may both have super oily skin, but there are times where I've done what other YouTubers have said and it still didn't work. So that just tells me switch up my skincare. I'm gonna use the Becca Cosmetics Ultimate Coverage Concealing Cream in Coffee. And this is what it looks like. I've been on vacation from work the past week, so this is like my first time wearing makeup in like 4 or 5 days. But my chin still breaks out. It could be my period too. And this is super full coverage too, and it's really thick. And I know there's a makeup artist somewhere cringing like, what the hell is she doing? But guess what? This is Jeannie C's YouTube channel, and this is how the fuck I do my makeup. The eyeshadow lasts longer when you use like a primer or a concealer. So normally I use Laura Mercier, but I ran out in Sephora. I just ordered it because I was being lazy. But when I got the first one that I ordered, it was too dark. I didn't realize I clicked on the wrong one. It was supposed to be translucent, and I think I put deep or something like that. I just wasn't paying attention. So we're just gonna set it with this CoverGirl Loose Translucent Powder, which is like freaking bomb as fuck. Like honestly, I was shocked. So I just dip it in here with this brush, blow off the excess, and then just go in and set. And this just helps the concealer set and not crease. We are going to use Violet Voss Pro Ride or Die palette. I think this palette came out last year, maybe 2016. I honestly don't. I think it was last year. But I love, love, love this palette. I don't use it very often because I've been working like crazy and my husband and I barely have time to go out. But when I tell you this is the freaking bomb, I love this palette. I mean, look at these colors. And it's huge. It is freaking huge. First, we're gonna go in with the Morphe E23 brush. I use this on my crease. So we are going to go in with this color right here, Abigail. Now, I'm going to use a mirror and I love a palette that has a mirror. Like, you have a palette that has a mirror, we're gonna be besties. Even though it's not a requirement, but it definitely helps because I have this big ass mirror that my husband built for my vanity. And the thing is, granted it's huge and I can see everything, it always helps to see things closer. I feel like the big mirror is useful because you can see how everything is put together. One thing about this palette, it does have a lot of fallout, but it blends beautifully. Now I'm gonna just go cover my entire lid with this. This is pretty much gonna be the base color. So now we're gonna go in with this color here called Caitlin. So it's right below Abigail. And this time I'm gonna use Sedona Lace EB13 brush. Super cute, I love this brush. And I'm just going in my crease. So I'm trying to go for like an orangey, bronzy look. I'm not even going anywhere. My son and I went to Dave & Buster's today. I didn't put on any makeup because nobody got time for that. I didn't feel like doing that, so I'll make a video when I get back home. Okay. And we're just blending it out. You just want to make sure everything's blended out and it doesn't look a hot mess. I remember in the past I used to really struggle with eyeshadows. Granted, I'm not an expert now and my eyeshadow game is far from perfect. Now we are gonna go in with this Morphe Y18 brush. I love this brush, and we're gonna go with Alice. So we're pretty much just working with this whole orangey, bronzy section right here, and that's what I love, is that each column has, like, it tells a story. It has a relation to each other. They blend perfectly. So it's like you can really start from the top and go down. So we're gonna go in with Alice, and that is going to be on the lid. But I forgot about this palette here, the Violet Voss one. And I was like, you know what? I haven't used that one since, I think the only time I used it is when I swatched it. And I just forgot it was in my vanity. Like, I have a lot of palettes. Like, it doesn't make sense. I posted a video, I think it was, not a video, it was a picture last year of all of the palettes that I owned. Freaking ridiculous. And this is just popping this color on my lid. We're gonna go back in with the Morphe E23, and we're gonna go in with this color here called Riley. It's a real pretty orange. Sometimes I don't even know what look I'm going for. I just go in because I just be like, if it comes out the way I like it, great. If it doesn't, well, I am SOL. It's so funny when you watch people do makeup and you're like, no honey, that looks a hot ass mess. But then when you see the result of it, you're like, oh, that shit looks bomb. It don't look crazy as hell after all. Okay. So now with my finger, I'm gonna go in with this shimmery shade right here, Stephanie. Really pretty, like a golden orange. Reason why I'm going in with my finger is because I noticed with a lot of shimmers, it doesn't show up very good. And I'm gonna just cover my lid with it. Honestly, I don't like how it's applying. Huh, interesting. I don't like how it's applying. I don't know if you can see that. Let me try it with a brush. And I'm going to spray it. But I'm gonna just use the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. Love this. So this one is an e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush. So that blue one that I did, that blue look that I did that I posted, that this is the one that I use for that blue shimmery color. I'll put it, oh yeah, that's much better. Let's go in with that. The one thing about, I'm very heavy-handed, so when I dig into an eyeshadow, it's almost like I'm digging for fucking gold. Like, not in that way where I'm digging in my ass. Wrong choice of words, but I literally dig in it for my dear life. That looks pretty. And I'm not, normally I go in with like a dark brown in the corners, but I don't think I'm gonna do it. I wanna keep it very summery. I love this shade of shimmer. I love this up. So what I'm going to do is, with this trusty CoverGirl loose powder, since I have, at first I wasn't gonna use it because I'm not going out anyway, but just so I could show you guys, I powder my face, which I should have did this before my eyes. I powder my face before I apply foundation. That way I could cut down on the oil. That's the only way I could cut down on the oils. Very messy. And I mostly go through the areas that I get super oily. You know how hard it is to make eye contact with the camera when you're talking to viewers and you're doing your makeup? It's hard as fuck. Okay, is the lighting in my bedroom sucks ass, and once I get better lighting, it'll be bomb. I just need to know where to start. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with the foundation. This is my Holy Ass Grail foundation, Estee Lauder Double Wear, and this is in 5W1 bronze. All right, sometimes I wear 5W2. It depends on how much I tan. But when I tell you, I love this freaking foundation. It is bomb. I only wish, so I like Huda Beauty too. Huda Beauty, I wear that one in gingerbread. The only problem with Huda Beauty is that it gets extremely oily on my skin and it breaks apart and it just looks a mess. But it applies beautifully and the coverage on it is extreme. If I could have that same Huda Beauty coverage in the Estee Lauder, I wouldn't touch another foundation. Let's just put it like that. So this actually doesn't come with a pump. Let me show you what it actually comes. It comes like this. You have to buy the pump separately. It's like $10, I think, on the Estee Lauder website. Yeah, I bought it on the Estee Lauder website. So you buy the pump for $10. So I'm gonna just pour some on my hand, like so, or pump some on my hand. Pump, 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 pump it up. Okay, so like I said, I have a powder sponge and I have a foundation sponge. Rings off, this is ridiculous. It's in my way. Okay. My son is in here trying to be nosy. Hey, Matt. Hell no, I'm not done. Oh, I'm just getting started, boy. I'm up here looking like a damn ghost. Say hi to the people. That's my son, Matt. He also has a YouTube channel called Blazing Red Champion. Blazing Red Champion. Pretty cool kid. Toodles. And I'm gonna go back in with the sponge to smooth it out because sometimes it can get a little streaky and I hate that. And it pisses me the hell off. See, I was ready to drop the F-bomb. All right, wipe that off my hand and let me go back in with the sponge. It's crazy, bruh. This is crazy. So now what I do is I go in with the concealer under my eyes, and I use Shape Tape by Tarte in the color Tan. I've never used my phone before to apply makeup, so this is interesting. Now, Shape Tape has been questionable. Actually, they redeemed themselves somewhat with the new concealers, under eye concealers that they just released. And I think there's over 30 shades. So they really went in with the darker colors, which I'm like, that's bomb. So I was like, maybe I'll stick with my Shape Tape a little bit longer. So yeah, I just do this to highlight the areas. I go in with the same foundation sponge, except I use the clean side. All right, so now we're gonna go in with the setting powder, and then we're gonna use a new sponge. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Yes, Jehovah. No, I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. I just say that to be funny, and I'm pretty sure if you're a Jehovah's Witness, you'll probably burn me at the stake, but it is what it is. What I like to do is to go in with the Urban Decay De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray. It's just to give my face a little bit of moisture. Here, I don't know, the lighting is just crazy, but I promise you, in person, my face matches my hand. I don't know what the fuck is going on. This shit's pissing me off. So anywho, now I'm gonna go in and contour. I use Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. As you can see, I use this shit every time I do my makeup, and this is my favorite shade, and it's down to the pan. This is like my freaking holy grail contour kit. Like, where the hell is my brush? Okay, so I use this Morphe brush for my contour. It doesn't have a number, but just search for it. So I normally mix this one and this one together. Do they have names? Of course not. But I use it to bronze. And I'm gonna just go in where my cheekbones are. I wanna be out here looking drag queenish, and then y'all talking about me in the comments, and I'm gonna have to find your IP address and beat that ass. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not violent, I promise. And I like to get my forehead, because my forehead's big as fuck. I have a big ass forehead. I'm just going in with, this Sigma Large Powder F20 brush, just to blend it out, because it is a little harsh, and then it looks so dark on my phone. And it's crazy because in person this shit is light. I promise you, it ain't this dark. It ain't this dark. It ain't this dark. I always gotta turn something into a Negro spiritual. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. Okay, so ba-boom. Alright, so then I like to carve out my nose, and I use a Morphe M531 brush. Yes, yes, yes. And then I go in again with this shade in the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, honey. And I just like to carve out my nose, because I have a big fucking nose. But she does have a long ass nose, because I've seen way bigger noses. And I be sitting there like, what the fuck? I need to stop cussing. That's gonna be my New Year's resolution next year. I don't know about this year, but next year I'm gonna make an effort not to cuss. Okay, okay, okay. It's so crazy how this looks on the camera. It is crazy. And I'm gonna just go in with the same sponge I use for the powder. Just go down the middle. And boom, I still got a big ass nose. Okay, So for the blush, honey, we're gonna go on with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio, and this one is in Peachy Love. I love this one. This is my favorite. You see, I use blush. What I'm going to use to apply my brush is the Morphe E4. I love this. I love this brush. The freaking hairs on this brush are freaking bomb, okay? So since we're going for a bronzy look, I'm gonna mix all 3 colors. And then just go in the apples of your cheeks. I have this Tarte one, and I have Marc Jacobs. These are my 2 holy grails. I don't know if they sell this on Sephora's website. I got this in a package from BoxyCharm. And ever since I got this from BoxyCharm, I've been like completely obsessed. So we're gonna mascara because I feel like it like extends my hairs or my lashes, you know what the hell I mean. And then I go in at the bottom. And then I go back in the top. I'm gonna go in with my Marc Jacobs. Okay, honey, this is bougie as fuck. No, it's not bougie because there's other YouTubers such as Jeffree Star. They'll have like a $300 mascara, and I'm like, the fuck? Who spends $300 on a mascara? Like who? I tell you, if you fuck up your mascara, you're fucked. Like, there's times where I've gotten it on my nose, and I've been so pissed off and wanted to murder someone. And now we're about to be done as soon as I find my damn. So this is a lip gloss that I got from MAC 2 years ago. It's called Spice. I know the lip glosses, the bottles are way bigger now, but on this, I love this one, so I'm never giving it up, ever. I'm gonna go into my mirror because I like my mirror better. Hold up. Okay. So even though I have this mess of a hair, I'm done. This is pretty much my makeup look. I do apologize for the lighting. It sucks when you have terrible lighting, but what can you do? But this is pretty much what I do. Like I said, you don't have to follow my same technique, but this is what works for me. This is what I like. But I hope you enjoy watching, and I'll see you next time.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up, open the park pot.